We've got a mix of news for the market today, but this stands out. Yes, we have a lot of positive news in the market. Whatever you're looking at, you should not forget the fact that we are here and we are getting a monthly close like this. That's a bullish engulfing candle, but this level of stupidity, that's hard to digest. I mean, this guy is standing for the next election and doing this to an entire community saying, crypto bros, get out. So you should think about who you should be voting for when you really go to do this. Because now the chances of crypto thriving inside that country is going to be going to zero if this is the same guy who repeats to be the leader of the free world. I don't think it's free, but whatever it is. But at least that guy woke up and just vetoed. But yeah, there is a lot happening in the crypto market. Even though that happened, the price is looking like this. It didn't actually get a big red candle to the downside. If you look at the daily candle close, now the argument is you need to stay clear and ask yourself this. Do you think if there was an approval for this and institutions were to hold that positive news, the price blast off to the roof? That's a big question, because usually we say buy the rumor, sell the news. So here that's opposite. So what should happen in the price action? Welcome to the scientific investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. SI family is now 1,000 plus members and growing because of this. If you are in the market, if you are looking at the market, you are understanding that some of these assets are entering into the FOMO territory and you have a lot of opportunities, be in the SI family. So let's actually get rolling on what the market is really showing you. Yes, this is the news cycle. This is what's happening now. That's going to be the actual news, which is going to be pushed down your throat everywhere. But you actually have to look at the market and ask the question, that news, yes, that's true, it came out, but how is the market reacting to that? Are we watching a 10, 20, 30% drop candle? So say last 4 hours. This is one of the easiest way to look at it, right? No, you're not. You're at a local support. I would argue this is a short-term support. Fine, a micro level. You're still inside that pattern. What about a medium-term outlook? You went above the moving average, you're coming back down to test the moving average. You're holding that level, which is fine, which is positive. Now, if you're in my shoes, you should be looking at the support range to ask that question, okay, what should I be looking at? Did we actually touch that bottom? We kind of came close to it. However, we didn't actually touch that 65 base level. So that's still a possibility in this market with all these news. But on the other side of this, you're watching this. Ether is now forming something like this. Remember, that candle is a bullish candle. Last time when you saw this, that was the local bottom. You went up. Yes, that was a micro rally because you went up from $2,000 to $4,000, and that was a corrective action. So while the market is in a corrective action and it is showing you that these kind of candles are something you need to look for, it's not just that leg. Once you have a big correction and then you get this candle, let's zoom in and see how you digest that particular candlestick on a daily close. That showed you have higher odds of buyers pushing you to the upside. So look at the volume. Now you'll agree on that fact, right? Volume increased, the trend on the candle shifted. What do you see here? The volume came in positive, but they failed to push it to the upside. So sellers are still strong, but it shows you buyers pushed it up. So you formed a micro higher high. So it's only going to be visible on an hourly chart. You put in a new high. Now you're still making a micro level higher lows. So Ether is still standing strong in this, which is a good news, which is ultimately a good news because the monthly close here is very attractive. Now, what about XRP? Because the monthly close is everywhere. This is what you're looking at. On a monthly close, XRP has now showed you a candle which would like to go to the upside. So the same candle which we saw back in the market, October 2020. The next month, we remember, November, boom, the price went up from 0.23 levels to 0.8 levels. That was a good rally, not the 1000x, but still very decent rally. Can we pull something like that off? Now, what are the similarities in XRP price action? See, the month before that was a crazy month where the monthly shows you I'm going down. Great. This is almost exactly the same. The only difference here is you are a little bit more bullish than that. Why? Last time you did that, you were testing the moving average as a resistance and you got rejected. This time, you're testing the moving average as a support and you're holding. So if we can really pull off something like this, a 280% rally, at that time, breaking through those resistance, can we really pull that here? Now, if we do, that's close to $1.6, but most likely it should be bigger than that. Why? When you do move that measured move of 270%, you're already in a breakout region where your measured move is comparatively bigger. So you have targets which are higher than that. So most likely when that breakout comes in with the exact same pattern which it is showing you, that's bullish. But now the narrative here you need to understand is that on the macro side of things, you need to look at this and ask, okay, where are we? This is one of those areas where you need to see the reversal. There is no other scope. Because if you break this to the downside, retest that and get rejected, that's not something we really want to see. Because look at the RSI on this Bitcoin dominance. You are now getting very close to your actual bear market bottom on the RSI, which is March 2020 level. So can we bounce off from this level? Because if we do, that means a huge change. The RSI actually shows you it was interested in putting in higher highs. It was continuously making a new trend. Then it came back down. So you now have a higher high structure valid. However, you need next monthly close. There is no other way. You need the next monthly close to bounce off, get back into this pattern. If not, it's a very, very negative signal. It's a worst thing to see. Even as a bull on this asset on the longer horizon, this kind of shows you on a shorter horizon, other assets are going to take off and you will have to watch those. Either you position yourself in a positive way, saying, okay, I'm going to ride this asset. How long it takes, I don't care. But while the others run up, I'm going to use that to enlarge this bag, to make profits there and put a part of it here to buy more if you would like to. Because on the other end, what you're watching is huge. So you take this to a little bit of deviation, which is the Bitcoin dominant side. What do you notice here? There is a trend formation in which your momentum to the upside is reducing. Now, did you see that before? If so, what was the end result? These are things which you need to ask yourself. Now, there would be a lot of different guys giving you their opinion, just like me. But at the end of the day, the decision is yours, and you need to be making decisions based on the maximum data points which you can get from the market so that you make the best educated decision in the market. Now, you go into the current market and you're asking the question like, okay, some of these assets are going up. Remember, even yesterday we talked about this asset and it's still up even with those negative news in the market. So the volume matters, the breakout matters, the FOMO range matters. Because when you take a random asset, say this is Mantra, OM, if you actually want to take that asset and look at that asset to ask a very simple question, what do you see here? These are the things which you need to keep in your mind. So this is a 3-day chart which showed the price was going up, but the RSI was kind of slowing down. But we don't have the RSI on the other end, so we won't go speculating that. But when the price stayed here, which was clear, the RSI went down. That became a bullish divergence. So if it's me, I would say, okay, maybe this asset has an upside, which is going to go to this range. That's another 100% move, but not a life-changing move. This is where you need to ask yourself, are you looking for these kind of short-term assets? If you're trading, that's an entirely different story. If you're looking for macro pattern, then your thought process is different. Say you're looking at another asset, say HNT. If you open up HNT, what you notice there is it's still down on the monthly when it's up on the yearly. So your macro trend is bullish, whereas your micro is going against you. What do you like to do in the market? Buy the low, sell the highs? Then this can be one of those assets. Maybe I'm wrong, but in few months, when we revisit this, you will see all the charts which are posted to the SF family and what happened here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right, and that's popping through the roof. But whatever it is, look at this. The wave one there is 80%. So say the average in crypto is 5 times wave one. So you plot that and say it's going to go close to 390%, 400%. That's $19. Right now it's at $4. Now, obviously, the market would react like this. You will see major drops in the price action. So taking profits will be one of those things which you cannot deny in this market. See, the RSI, when it's actually going down while the price remains here, bam, negative. You know that. You don't have to ask anyone else. Now, the same thing goes on the other end as well. When the price is going up and the RSI is going down, you know what the price action is showing you. So you zoom in to see, okay, can I actually improve my efficiency, the accuracy levels? This is where you need the help of less noise in the market. Like, okay, the daily is trying to cross to the upside. However, you don't have it yet. So now what you're looking for is a break of the moving average, a shift of the moving average showing you to the upside on at least a 4-hour. Then you follow up that with a 12-hour, which is already looking good. So if it is slowly reversing like this, that's a very much positive scenario. So in the market, yes, there is going to be hundreds of different assets, whether that's payments, whether that's smart contracts, but it's ultimately up to you to look at what exactly you want. If you're looking for a 100x asset, you won't actually take a large cap asset. You'll have to go for a small cap asset. So while you're in the market, make sure you understand which of these assets are trending higher on a quarterly, but still a great opportunity on at least last week, last 30 days scenario. If they've already pumped crazy over last 30 days, maybe that's not the asset you want. So there is a big shift of thought process. Are you a micro guy? Are you a medium term guy? Are you a macro guy? You have to ask that question to yourself. And if you need help understanding what you have in your portfolio, which assets are you looking at, what's their upside like, are they going down, are they going up, what is the highest odds? Remember, when we were dropping, I said the same. When we broke back in, I said the same. Now we are here. All season is something we all want to see. But the trouble is, in 2017, it started with the breakout here. In 2021, it started with the breakout here. Can we start this time with a breakout as you see in front of you? So this is Ether to Bitcoin, looking at the history of last 6-7 years to understand how the market moved up. And before it moved up, what did it show you? That's a lesson which we all can digest easily. So as we saw in the Bitcoin dominance chart, it's rounding off on a monthly. Just like we saw on the Ether monthly, it's creating a bullish engulfing candle, and we have seen something similar. It has always ended up as a bullish note. Sometimes, just like this, Ether monthly, 2019 Jan, you had a negative month. 2019 Feb became a bullish engulfing candle. So in next 3-4 months, what ended up happening there was the price went up to $400. So it went down to 77. From there, it went up to $400. That was a great move. And the candle, the monthly candle showed you that. Say you neglect that. The next bullish engulfing candle came up here. That argued the exact same point. So if you look at all of these bullish engulfing candles in the history, you kind of get to see a reversal signal and that reversal playing out. So the Ether on a monthly clearly shows you if you're negative about the market, it's time to think positively, because there is a higher odds that micro movements are going to be shifted. The macro movements are going to be crazy. Maybe I'm wrong, but the way the market is showing you this particular monthly candle on the total altcoin market, that's October 2020. Taking that into the current candle, which is May 2024, looks similar, which means the next month here, which is June 2024, should be a bullish month, breaking through the local highs which we have made. So maybe I'm wrong. We're going to go into July and do that pop. Nothing changes. It's another 15 days. We waited for this long, the years. So, 15 days doesn't matter. If it's going up, you already know. By the end of mid-June, late June, you already know whether you're going 777 billion in total tree or above. If you're breaking above, that's one of the most bullish things you would be watching. Now, yeah, obviously you'll have to go on the short term and ask where can you enter if you haven't entered. That's a trouble, because you're looking for this at that point. Can the price do the exact same move to the downside, or it's going to be a short move to the downside? That's the trouble when you're trying to pick the bottom. Whereas when you're riding to the upside based on all the trend, which is clear, higher lows, higher highs, you now watch what the price action is going to do. So when you actually see these kind of moves, that's a huge move in the market. You want to take benefit of that. So guys, if you received value, smash that like button. And if you want to join the Scientific Investor family, use the link in the description below to get there. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.